Hi friends, so in this video I'm going to show you how are we going to use MATLAB Gradle for assessment of your MATLAB knowledge. So I've created a course named Modeling and Simulation, and within that there is I've added one sub topic which is basics of MATLAB. When I click on basics of MATLAB, what you see is various assignments which are there. I have these two are final assignment, this is in draft. So these two assignments I think you have already seen, right? So I'll just try to show you that how are you going to solve these problems and how are you going to submit this so that I can assess your progress in MATLAB. So this is instructor view. So this is something which you may not see in this form. You will, when you enroll for the course, you will see it from a different perspective. I'll also show you the perspective or the view from the learner's aspect. So this is the question which I have created, and when I click on learner's preview, what do you see is this. Just a moment, it is loading. Right, so this is something which you will see. Right now, this particular, you have to go through this example uses a simple problem to demonstrate how to create a MATLAB coding problem, right, where the student solution must be a script. You have to write a script file with all these inputs, right? And this is the expression for Reynolds number. We all know this. The point which you have to keep in mind is that the Reynolds number variable which you assign has to be RE and no other variable, because I have kept the variable as RE, right? Now this are the data which you have to input. Now this is rho is nothing but your density, viscosity, radius and velocity. Now the basic solution which I would have created is using these values, though I got an input from one of the students only that I have use Pascal second directly. I should have converted that to the proper units, but for the sake of solution, for the sake of just for the trial purpose, we'll go with Pascal second directly as the value, because that is the reference solution. So what you need to do is you need to define any variable d, which is 2 times r. So I have given you the hint that you have to calculate the diameter. Now these values, these lines I have written. If I don't write this, you will have to consider that you will have to write the you have to calculate diameter, and then your RE, it has to be capital R and E. It cannot be small r, it cannot be capital E. It has to be exactly like this. That's what I have written here. Don't change the variable values or variable name. So RE is d into u, which is nothing but v in our case, into rho upon me, right? And then just run the script, you'll get some answer. And here I have given run pre-test. So if I allow you to submit this as a pre-test, not in every problem, like some of the problems I'll allow where I feel that okay, you require more than one trials, otherwise there will be only submit button. So if you submit the button, it will assess this. So I have already calculated the Reynolds number. So since I have used directly this, you have to use this. If you have converted this into centimeter or so, your answer may vary, but I think it's fine. You can go ahead with this. This is just for your knowledge. But this is how you create a script file. You see there is no function, there is nothing, all the values are here. So this is how you are going to submit. Once you submit this, it will be available to you, available to me as a submitted file, right? Okay. So if I go back to another problem, this is the second problem where you have to write a function to convert the input temperature into the Celsius. So you have to give Fahrenheit and you have to get it in Celsius. So when I see this problem, what I will see is this, right? this is the equation we know for conversion of Fahrenheit to Celsius. I have given you initial line. Now this sometimes I would like you to write. I have given you some hints so that when you are starting off with the initial terms, initial time, you can I'll give you this input. Otherwise this is something which you have to write. So here you have to write the function. So you start with function temp C. Now this is something which you have to go with the this is I have given you directly the expression, like the variable temp C equal to temp F to C temp F. Now this is nothing but my function. Right, so function name I already given. Create a function called temp F to C. So you have to create this only as a function. You cannot change this name. Right, you can change the variable name if you want, but you cannot change the function name, because this will be called like this only. See, right? Okay, now I need to write the code here. How do I do that? Now this temp F is the input and temp C. So I'll write temp C equals, what is the equation? It is nothing but temp F minus 32 divided by 1.8. That's it. This is what you have to write. Now see, what happens is temp F is the input variable, so I have to supply this. Right, so once I supply this temp F, this will come here. Temp F, whatever value I have given, 100, 200, 30, minus 40, minus 50, whatever will come here. Minus 32 upon 1.8 will be assigned to temp C, and this temp C would be this. What care you have to take is that this variable and this variable have to be same. This variable name and this variable have to be same. Right, okay. So this is something which I have kept as it is for my this particular value. So I just run the function. Right, you can change this as well. You can change this when you want to assess. I have given two assessment here. For a positive value and for a negative value, I have already fed the data of TF. Now another aspect which I would like also you to understand is, like I'll write here, let's say 300, and then I run the function. Then the output would be different. See, right? I enter any value here, let's say minus 30, and then run function. So I'll get the answer, right? What important thing you have to keep here in mind is that you see here I have written TF minus 30. See, the variable which is going into the function need not have the same name as that of the variable which I have given here. It could be anything, like I have given you here TF, you can say T in and you can say T out, nothing wrong. What happens in MATLAB is that this T in, like T in equals to, let's say 40, I'll just run this. T in equals to 40 and I run the script, run the function rather, and I get this answer, right? Now what happens, T in equal to 40, this is a function name, so this, when I write this function is activated. T in is 40, so this 40 will be assigned to temp F. That will come here, 40 minus 32 upon 1.8 will be assigned to temp C. This will be taken here, and this comes down to this T out. So my T out is 4.44. So when I call my function outside, like it's not necessary that I give the same variable name as that in the function itself. Right? So this is how you can run this particular file and you can make your own function. Right? So try and submit this. Now the moment I submit it, it will pass this two test. Right? Now say I committed some mistake here. Let's say I have written 180. Right? When I do this, right, and I press run function, it will give me some answer. It will surely give me some answer here. Right? But when I try to submit, it will not give me the correct, this assessment is 0 out of 2 tests passed. So that means there is some issue with the check that you have used the correct variables, check that you have entered the equation correctly. So this is the feedback which I have already added in the problem statement. So then I need to go and check, and I realize that this has to be 1.8. Right? So this is how, if you commit any mistake, MATLAB grader will tell you something. If there is a syntax error, MATLAB will give you error. Like say for example, if this is 1.8 and I don't write this, right, and I try to run the function, then this is the error given by MATLAB. This is not the error given by MATLAB Grader, or this is not the pre-fed error which I have given, right? So if you commit any mistake, it will give you the error message and you will be able to rectify it, right? So this is how you can, learn MATLAB online through MATLAB Grader, and the best part for me is that when you submit this, it will be automatically graded. So I hope you'll be able to solve these two problems. In meantime, I'll generate the third and you just submit this. So this will clarify how to use MATLAB Grader from the student perspective. Alright, thank you.